Check it out. I went through a divorce in 2022, leading up to 2023. We hadn't even been married 2 years. And when I met my ex-husband, everything was great. Or so I thought. Everything was great. And I had never had a love like that before, right? Someone that was very attentive. They took care of me physically. They took care of me financially, which I didn't need the finances, but it was there. It was an option. You know, everything was going great. And I think in my life, I had been divorced the first time. I had got divorced in 2018. I got divorced in 2018. And I was still kind of healing from that. We had just moved, relocated due to the military. So a lot of things were occurring at one time. And I moved to my new duty station, and I ended up meeting my ex-husband in 2020. And like I said, going through the courting phase, we were dating. We were kind of on and off because I was kind of getting some vibes that I didn't really like. So over time, I began to just grow to like some of the flaws that he presented with, and which would later on be a real issue for me. And for me, I did want to be in a relationship. I wanted to be courted. I wanted to be married. Like, I wanted that life, right? And I think the desire to want to be with someone outweighed my desire for other things, like God and my relationship with God. And I was doing the right thing, right? In my head, I was doing the right thing. We got married. And there were some things that occurred that kind of went totally over my head, right? And I didn't necessarily know what to do. Things that went over my head was the masking of certain behaviors that I didn't see until we were married. And for me, that is just a lesson learned moving forward, that my desire for marriage doesn't outweigh my ability to go against my morals and values in God and my relationship. And I allowed that desire to take over, because everybody, you know, well, I ain't gonna say everybody. There's some people that want to be married, they desire marriage. I love marriage. I think it is a great thing. I love being with someone that is, you know, something I value. And I think I valued those things, and it kind of drove me to where I went in that marriage. Now, I didn't do everything right? I still had small issues that I had to work out. My ego and, you know, how I responded to things. And I wasn't used to that type of personality. I wasn't used to the masking of the behavior. In my previous marriage, everything was just there. I knew what it was. In this particular relationship, everything just came out. A little bit prior to the marriage and during the marriage. So that a part of that is my mentality, that I thought that I could change that person, and I couldn't. Come to find out that these were kind of things from childhood traumas and the past, and I was not able to compete with that, and I had to learn the hard way. So what happened was, out of nowhere, it was more so, I can't deal with this, because I was kind of pushing change. I was like, hey, you know, these are the behaviors. I was pushing that. I was pushing it. And with a person like that, the mentality was, well, I'm going to walk away, file for divorce. This is it. I can't, change doesn't happen overnight. All of the things that I kept hearing. And I was willing to stick in it. But over time, it was, nope, I want a divorce. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to work on anything. I don't want to change. And that was the reality of my relationship. And it hurt me really bad, going through that. So all of those things occurred. And I was so hurt. I was going through so much. I was so hurt. And I had to go through a healing process. And I'm going to share part 2. So you guys like and subscribe, and I'll share part 2 of the journey.